Hello everyone, it's McCade here. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about some of the development that's been going on at Hedgewars, specifically one of the scripts I've been working on that I'm hoping we will be able to release with the upcoming 0.22 version of Hedgewars. So whether or not you know, I'm just the developer of Hedgewars who likes to work on a lot of the scripted content. And I've been with the team for a couple of years, and when I first started, making Hedgewars missions and gameplay modes took a really long time. And I think a lot of users are interested in creating their own scripted content, like user missions, but it's a little bit intimidating and it's hard to get into. So, with this in mind, over the last few years I've been paying attention to various forum threads about editors and such, and I've always thought, you know, it'd be cool to have a tool that would really help and facilitate mission making. So that's what I'm here to talk to you about. This is a script called HedgeEditor, and it's something I've been working on for actually quite a few years, but it's really taken shape within this last version or two, and it's gradually getting better and better, and there's getting more and more features to the point where I think it's ready for a basic release. It started off very messily, but now it's almost user-friendly enough to use. So today I'm going to introduce a couple of features and show you what it's all about. So simply put, this would allow your everyday user to create a simple Hedgewars mission without knowing really any Lua scripting. So Hedgewars editor works as a what you see is what you get editor. You play it in Hedgewars right before your eyes, and you can place objects in real time and manipulate them, create them, reposition them. So of course, creating terrain is very important in a Hedgewars mission. This is the girder tool. I'm sure you're familiar with it. Normally you have to place girders within this blue circle, but when you use HedgeEditor you can actually place girders outside the blue circle. Wow. So impressive. Not really. But it's a start, and it's a good tool to have. So you can place girders. Another nice thing is you don't only have to place these normal standard destructible girders. Now you can place indestructible girders. You can place slippery icy girders that you may have seen if you've ever played the Christmas or snow theme. These are slippery girders that will make hedgehogs slide. You can also replicate the behavior of the rubber band and create bouncy girders if you want to. And if you don't like your girders, you can activate deletion mode and you can remove some of them. If you find that you've created some girders that you used the wrong land flag, so you made them destructible when you thought, oh no, actually I wanted them to be indestructible, you can use a land flag modification tool to very easily make them indestructible. Another thing you can do apart from placing these simple objects on the map is you can place what we call gears, but are basically game objects. So starting from the most basic object, it's mines. You can place mines anywhere you like. You can create them so that they will detonate instantly, or you can set a timer up to 5,000 milliseconds, which is 5 seconds, and then after that they will detonate. You can create a variety of sticky mines that will stick. You can create air mines, which are a new addition in Hedgewars 0.22, and they will seek out nearby hedgehogs and track them down and murder them very brutally. They're quite dangerous. You can also create barrels with varying amounts of life. You can spawn in health for hedgehogs who are in need. You can create weapons in varying varieties, and of course utilities, because we gotta get around. Another thing you can do is for target missions, you might want to generate targets to destroy. You might want to generate cleavers to destroy things or bat around. You don't have to be satisfied with just placing the gears and then never being able to do anything about it. You can reposition objects around the map. Not only objects, you can also reposition other hedgehogs. So we can grab these dudes and stick them in this cage if we want to. Another thing you can place, as we said earlier, was barrels, right? I just love barrels. Barrels make everything better. I don't know if you agree, but I absolutely love barrels. And the only thing better than barrels is gotta be mines. And as I said, one of the nice things you can do in this mode is you can also, if you make a mistake, you can delete gears or girders and such objects so that they get out of your way. I said deleted.
See ya. See ya.
Anyway, if I've done destroying everything, let's get back to our basic tools. Even McCage
Thirty
took
more
damage.
where that came from. You're gonna pay for that. You scurvy
Barrels, health
dog.
crates, weapon
Oi,
crates,
Captain.
utility crates, targets, cleavers, selection mode. You can also not only reposition gears, you can delete gears too if you decide, get out of here, I don't like these gears, I want to delete them. You can do so. One of the really nice tools that I have coded into this is something called tagging mode. Now in this scheme at the moment I have one hog under Ivory Harlequins and currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hogs for ordinary team. Now on a standard mission you would have to destroy the entire enemy team to win. Tagging mode lets you create mission objectives by tagging game objects. So instead of having to destroy all 5 of these hogs, I could simply tag Hedgehog 7 with victory tag, and now if I killed just that hog I would be victorious. Or I could tag Hedgehog 7 and another object like this barrel, and I would have to destroy both of them to be successful. Failure mode allows you to tag objects that you need to protect. So I could tag this target, and if it got hit by an airstrike or something, I would lose the level. I don't only have to protect my hedgehog. Finally, there's collection mode, which allows you to tag important gears you need to collect. And I imagine you could use this to create levels where you have to sneak past enemy teams of hedgehogs and steal their crates to be victorious. Another thing you can do is, instead of going to the laborious task of creating an entire team of hedgehogs and giving them names and hats and creating a weapon scheme, you can just use what I call the hog identity mode, where you can assign given hogs a given identity which will give them a name, a certain amount of health, a hat, and a weapon loadout. So I can make Hedgehog 7 into a soldier, and he'd have bazooka, shotgun, maybe grenade as well, I'm not sure, I forget. You can make him a grenadier, which would have all the grenades, cluster bombs, probably cheese. You could give him a sniper rifle as a sniper and deagle. You could make him a pyromaniac, and you'd have the flamethrower and napalm and Molotov cocktail. You could turn him into a ninja with rope and fire punch. You could make him a commander who would have all the airstrikes, mine strikes, napalm, drill strike. You could turn him into a chef with cleaver and cake and limburger. You could make him an engineer with girders, blowtorch. Physicist with the more experimental guns like ball gun, freezer, sign gun. Trappers have various mines, sticky mines or air mines. Saint can resurrect hogs. Clowns have a variety of crazy weapons, and back to soldier. So using this you can very easily assign different identities and different weapon loadouts to individual hogs. Another thing you can do is, instead of selecting hogs individually, or even after you've selected them individually to give them a given weapons loadout, you can create an entire team themed appearance and loadout. So if I create a platform here, I will reposition any of these hogs that I can still find who have not been viciously slain, and I'll place them on this girder. That's 3. There should be another 2 lurking around. There's 1. This is like, where's Waldo? Where's Hoggo? Where are you hiding? There you are. I found you! Okay, so now that we've done that, I can use the team identity mode, and we started out with a very boring team. Now if I just click on any hog, I can set an entire themed identity. Boom! They're all clowns with clown names like Tatters, Bingo, Jingo, Buster, Copper. Or you could make them characters from Street Fighter. You could make them into cyborgs or robots from the Cybernetic Empire. You could make them have different colored hair. You could make them be different fruit. You could make them have names from Police Academy with police. You could make them into ninjas and samurai, Pokemon, zoo creatures, developers who have contributed code to Hedgewars over the years, Mario characters, pirates, gangsters, hogs with glasses, monsters, Russians, hospital hogs. Various teams. Some of them are random, some of them are preset, but all of them have a themed appearance and theme names. So at a single click you can easily set up an enemy team. It's quite a nifty little feature. You can also modify the health of individual hogs to make certain hogs easy to be killed, or you might decide Bingo is going to be the boss and he's going to have 200 life. You can also not only place girders and rubber bands, you can also place custom sprites that you can load in, such as these weird explosion girders. This is just an example, but you could load in other girders with some know-how. They can of course have the other land flags, or if you don't like them you can delete them, just like you can delete the girders. You can modify land flags, as I said earlier. Oh no, I didn't want these to be indestructible, I actually wanted them to be icy. You can decide that you don't want to create missions for Hedgewars. What you want to do is create a racing map for maybe Tech Racer. You can create waypoints for a racing map. You can do different things. That's probably the majority of the features in a nutshell. There are some more technical things like abilities to, if you see I've got all these weapons that I've given myself here. I can change to a different weapon and remove them so that when I save the level I won't have weapons, and there's some special commands. But using this you can create an entire level very easily with just clicking on things and using the menu interface, and after that you can save the level. You can say please output, and the game will tell you level data saved. And what that does is it outputs all the data to a game log, and then you can use a separate little web page called Game Log Extractor, which will provide you with a scripted template level, which you can then just copy, paste, and save as a .lua file and copy it into your missions folder, and it will be playable. I think it's very cool. If you'd like to see me do that and actually give it a go and try make a scripted mission, I can try do that. So give me a couple of minutes to try set it up and we'll see how it goes. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Yeah, if you have any questions, comments, let me know. Thank you. Okay, I'm back. Let's try make a simple mission using HedgeEditor, and hopefully it'll go alright and it won't just generate a million errors when I try to save the level. So today's mission is going to be on shrooms. It's a cool little map that I like. We've got one hog here against 6 enemies, but for this mission let's try test the mission objective generation tool, the tagging tool. So I think we're only going to make it that you have to kill 3 of these 6 guys and maybe pick up a crate, but let's see where we go. Okay, I think the left side of the map is going to be a good place to start, so let me teleport there. I'm going to generate some terrain for these guys. Let's see how it goes. Let's make some nice, cool little towers for them. One here. I don't like that. It's too low. Okay. Do you guys have any, like, good ideas for designs for towers? Because I always try generating these different structures on maps and I never quite know what looks good or what just looks like total crap. So if you have any really nice ideas, give me a shout. I'd love to hear your feedback. It looks kind of okay. Old Y-shaped tower. Let's do one more. Make it a slightly shorter tower. Second, let's make it an extra long tower. Okay, here we go. Just placing the girders. Those are pretty straight. Let's make this one small. Just have it like really high up and cool. Okay, we got 3 towers there. These are going to be little platforms for our guys. Let's use the reposition tool to reposition these enemy hogs on the maps. Did I skip it? I think I did. Okay, let's do the first 3. So number 1, you can be front row center. Number 2, you can be on the left. Number 3, you can be on the right. And I failed to select that guy. And we'll just scatter these remaining guys all over the map. Okay, that looks good. Let's generate a few crates for the map. This map is going to be mainly about using the rope because, what can I say, I just love the rope. It's an awesome tool. I'm going to generate a couple of spare in case they get destroyed. I think 3 is a fair number. And our hidden weapon that we have to collect is of course going to be none other than the ridiculously overpowered RC plane that we're going to hide on the right side of the map. Next, let's generate a few explosive barrels to make this interesting. Okay, we'll just go over to our barrel placement tool here. Place one there, place one there. Let's really load this guy's platform down and make it quite dramatic. This guy can have one here. I'm actually going to make this guy sitting on the barrels rather. So let me reposition him. Hello? Okay, that looks good. And now, it's kind of a bit too easy right now, so let's make it a little bit more interesting and create some mines that'll kind of make it tricky for me to get around this map. So I'm going to just layer sticky mines all over the place and make this look like a war field. I wonder if this is going to be just too difficult for me to complete. We've got a very nice looking terrain now with some towers, some mines, the crates are all set up. Next thing we need to do is just set up the ammo and the objectives. So to make these dudes really dangerous, I'm gonna give them all the commander personality, and what that'll do is it'll give them all airstrikes and mine strikes and napalm, so wherever I go in this map they'll have drill strike and they can fish me out and attack me. We don't want them to all look boring though, so let's use the team identity mode to give them some sort of theme. Should they be clowns, robots, fruit? Let's go with robots. I'm a big fan of the cybernetic empire, so let's just make them all robots. That'll change their appearance. Last but not least, let's set their health to more reasonable numbers. I'm going to assign them all 50 health. And I'm going to assign our hog only a little bit of health so we can't really mess up. I'm going to give us 25. And now let's set the objectives using our awesome tagging mode. So these 3 guys are going to be tagged as victory. So we have to kill them to win. And let's also say we need to collect this crate in order to succeed. And I think that's it. Hopefully that is the finished mission. If I I still have some ammo in my weapon loadout, so I'm going to remove that by pressing precise N2. All my ammo's been removed, and I'm going to save the map by saying precise 4, fingers crossed. Level data saved! Well, did it work? Didn't it work? We'll find out. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and let me see. I'll use the game log extractor to extract this quickly, and then I'll try play it. Let's see what happens. Hello, here is the mission. It says user challenge, mission goals, collect the blue target, destroy the red targets. Here you can see there are the 3 targets and there's the blue target. I only have a ridiculous amount of turn time, it appears. It's like 45 seconds, so I'm just going to go right ahead and appear to do this. Hopefully it works. Wow. How's this roping? Are you cringing? Are you like, who taught this guy to rope? He just can't rope for total shit and he only has 13 seconds left. He's not going to do this. He will not be able to finish this map. It is impossible. Oh, RC plane, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1. Bated breath. See ya in hell, bitch. I like a big showy finish. So, in theory, if my objectives work and these guys die, the mission should end and we won't have to kill the remaining hogs that are not marked.
Good job, lads.
User challenge was successful. Alright.
Bring on the
I hope you
grog
like
and the
that.
rusty
That's
Wednesdays.
HedgeEditor.